Welcome to the Explainer. So today we're taking on a really fantastic challenge. We're going to capture the absolute essentials of an incredible ebook in 8 minutes or less. We're stepping right into a no-nonsense masterclass on life's most important equations, and these are derived entirely from the sharp, often totally blunt, but incredibly profound insights of Scott Galloway in The Algebra of Happiness. So get ready, because we're going to strip away all the fluff and look at the actual math behind the life well lived. It's a pretty compelling question, right? What if you could literally boil down a life well lived into just a few simple equations? So often we treat happiness like this vague, mysterious destination that we just kind of hope to stumble upon one day. But what if we approached it totally differently? What if we looked at success and love and meaning as solvable mathematical formulas, like real variables that we can actually control and calculate over time? Okay, let's just dive right into this and lay out our syllabus for the next few minutes. We'll track the arc of happiness, rethink success, calculate the economics of joy, measure our resilience, and finally, we'll identify the ultimate variable, love. Let's start with our baseline reality. Section 1, the arc of happiness, understanding the trajectory of joy. Now, here's a absolutely crucial definition to anchor us, the U-curve. The data, and Galloway's own blunt observations, show that human happiness just isn't a straight line upward. It's actually a U-curve. You have the magic of your youth, the college years, all that self-discovery. But then, right as you move from your mid-20s into your 40s, well, things get very real. The pressure of work, the massive stress of building a life, maybe dealing with the loss of loved ones, the curve literally dips. There's this incredibly steep dip right in the middle. Adulthood brings profound, undeniable stress. You suddenly realize, hey, I might not become a senator or have a celebrity fragrance named after me. But if you track that line further out into your 50s, the curve starts sweeping right back upward again. You begin to register life's blessings, your family, the results of your hard work, just the wonders of nature around you. So listen, if you're in that middle dip right now and feeling super stressed, the math promises that things do actually get better. You just have to keep going. Which brings us to Section 2. Rethinking success and passion, dismantling career advice. Forget that tired old cliche of following your passion. Instead, you want to find the sweet spot where three things intersect: what people will pay you for, what doesn't completely suck, and what you might actually be good at. The source material aggressively challenges the whole idea that you should just chase what you love. Actually, scratch that. Your real job is to find something you just have a natural aptitude for. Put in your 10,000 hours and get truly, undeniably great at it. Because here is the brutal truth. People who tell you to follow your passion are usually already rich. Seriously. It's incredibly rare to start out passionate about something like tax law or supply chain logistics. No way, right? But when you get exceptionally good at it, when you really master it, the resulting success, the respect of your peers, the solid economic security for your family, that is what actually creates the passion. Success fuels the passion, definitely not the other way around. And early on, balance is largely a myth. If your absolute priority in your 20s is this perfectly balanced seesaw between work and your personal life, you're likely sacrificing your chance at the upper rungs of economic security. Look, there are literally millions of exceptionally talented people out there vying for the exact same top spots. Talent alone, that's just the entry ticket. The defining factor is the disproportionate weight you're willing to put on the work side of that seesaw early in your career. And this brings us to a fascinating, highly predictive, and honestly kind of surprising metric, Galloway's sweat ratio. It's basically an equation that serves as a forward-looking indicator for someone's future success, and remarkably, even their relationship stability. It's a pretty stark contrast. Just compare the ratio of time you spend sweating yourself versus watching other people sweat. If you spend every single night on the couch watching ESPN and not working out, well, you're looking at a future likely filled with a lot of frustration and failed relationships. But contrast that with someone who physically sweats every day, someone who plays sports just as much as they watch them. That physical discipline and the mental resilience it directly builds is a really profound indicator of someone who is just gonna be good at life. That perfectly sets up Section 3, the economics of joy, money, and happiness. Let's just address the money question directly. No platitudes here. So does money buy happiness? Yes, it absolutely does, but only up to a point. Securing your basic needs creates this incredibly steep upward climb in your happiness because removing economic stress drastically improves your life. But it's wild how abruptly that correlation just flattens out once you reach a baseline of security.
At that point, piling on more money won't make you significantly happier, and the relentless pursuit of it really shouldn't overshadow investing time in hobbies and relationships, the things that bring you true joy and put you in the zone.
So, how exactly do we reach that flat line of security? Well, the secret is the staggering upward curve of compounding interest. The text really emphasizes that the most powerful force for building economic security isn't just having some massive salary. It's the discipline of putting money away early and often. It's a concept a lot of young people struggle to grasp, mostly because the long term just feels so impossibly far away. Think of it like a magic box. If you put just $1,000 into this magic box today and just let compounding interest do its work, in 40 years you open it up and presto, that $1,000 has ballooned into $10,000 to $25,000. It doesn't require you to be a financial genius. It just requires the incredible discipline of time. You literally just have to start. Now, even with all that financial security, we inevitably face Section 4, the resilience ratio, overcoming failure. This is really about confronting the harsh, unavoidable realities of life.
Here is the key formula. R over F equals S. Resilience over failure equals success. Look, you're going to get fired. You're going to experience economic stress. You will lose people you love. Those are guaranteed variables in the equation of life. But the source text makes it absolutely, incredibly clear. Success is truly defined by your ability to mourn those failures, process them, and then swiftly move on. Your failures absolutely do not define you. Your resilience in the face of them does.
Because, there is always the X factor. The X factor represents those things completely outside our control that deliver tragedy for absolutely no reason. Like a young, perfectly healthy person suddenly getting sick. Life is going to throw unfair curveballs at you. Navigating this X factor demands not just immense resilience, but also deep, deep self-forgiveness. You've got to stop holding yourself to an impossible standard, forgive your own missteps, and just find a way to keep going. All of this, the career building, the economic security, the resilience, it all leads to Section 5, the ultimate variable, love. According to the source, the absolute most important decision you will make in your entire life isn't where you work, it's who you choose to partner with. The formula is P squared equals passion, plus values, plus money. That multiplicative power is totally key. Physical attraction establishes the spark. It makes the relationship singular, right? But absolute alignment on your values, like how you approach raising kids, and crucially, your financial expectations, is what truly sustains it all. The number one source of marital acrimony is financial stress. So alignment here, it's completely non-negotiable. When you look at the data on a balanced scorecard, the absolute highest levels of happiness are found in monogamous relationships with a family structure. It's really driven by unconditional caregiving. Finding someone to share your struggles and successes with, raising kids with a partner who is both incredibly kind and highly competent. This is exactly what turns the daily routine of life into moments of just profound joy. Ultimately, it all boils down to this incredibly simple yet totally profound math. 1 + 1 is greater than 2. Finding someone who chooses you over everything else and throwing the full force of your combined skills and love at each other's happiness, it makes the whole far, far greater than the sum of its parts. As we wrap up this explainer, let's quickly review the master equations we've covered today. First, embrace the U-curve. Expect that midlife stress, knowing for sure that it gets better. Second, don't blindly follow passion. Master your skills and let the resulting success breed your passion. Third, let the magic box of compounding interest do all the heavy economic lifting for you. And finally, and absolutely most importantly, choose your partner with total care and intention. Which leaves us with this final, really vital thought. Have you made the most important decision of your life yet? And who will you choose to partner with? The math shows that who you choose to build your life with is the ultimate variable in your algebra of happiness. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really challenge you to look at the equations in your own life today.